Episode 4, Turnabout Reminiscence. Kei Faraday, the young lady who calls herself the second Yatagarasu. The piece of cloth that she conjured up has taken me back to many years ago. Seven years earlier. Yeah, that's right, I did it. I killed the guy. But it was a great Chief Yatagarasu who told me to do it. I asked the defendant just what you actually trying to say. Don't you get it? I know the true identity. The Yatagarasu is the man standing over there at the prosecutor's bench. Are you saying that I'm Yatagarasu? Don't you dare deny it. You told me to kill him when you snuck into the embassy. Oh. Are you claiming that Mr. Welly, you heard enough? Your Honor, please listen to me. I'm telling you the truth. You gotta believe me! What is happening? In accordance with the defendant's accusation, a new prosecutor shall be called to replace Mr. Faraday. This court will be in recess until the new prosecutor is ready. Oh, we got original outfit, Edwards. Let's go. See, what's going on in here, though? What is this guy okay? What are you doing to this fountain over here? I don't know if anybody in this room is okay, except for maybe this kid who's gawking over this diorama of the courthouse. You got those two officers there. I don't really look like anything's down here. Like, this kid is just so fascinated. And Edward's just standing in front of it just like, why am I here? I don't want to be. It's almost time for me to enter the courtroom. And so it is that my first assignment as prosecutor will be as a replacement for a prosecutor who has been accused by the defendant. What? Wait. No. That's not true. No. This can't be. This can't be real. That contradicts the original Ace Attorney timeline. Because the original Ace Attorney, Edgeworth's first trial as a prosecutor was against Mia. So how can they say this is his first time as prosecutor and him standing in court when his first trial was against Mia, not whoever this chick is that was standing over there? I'm confused. Maybe the game will explain more specifically, but like, I'm pretty sure. As a replacement for a prosecutor who had been accused by the defendant. Edgeworth. Sir. Have you read over all of the documents recording this trial? Yes, sir. I've memorized everything there is to know. Very good. The paperwork under the prosecution's substitution is just about complete. Edwards, always bear in mind that as your mentor, I, Manfred von Cobb, will accept nothing short of perfection. I understand, sir. To have the chance to stand in court at such an early stage in my career, I am honored and proud. As I have watched over your studies, I am giving you this very rare chance. Prove yourself. Crush the defendant's pathetic lies into oblivion. Yes, sir. That such a legendary prosecutor will be watching and judging my performance. I have to be perfect in every way. A bookshelf, huh? Compendium of Law for Beginners. I didn't have the time to read this second and guess myself now. Are you enjoying yourself, child? Auntie's great. Dad made all of these. Awesome! But didn't you get fired after you made them? Yeah, I did. Put the same amount of money on this model as it costs to build the real thing. How? How? Huh? What? Excuse me, you're telling me it cost the same to build this tiny diorama of the courthouse to build the actual thing? How? My boss wasn't very happy with me. Hey, Daddy, didn't you say you built a secret mechanism inside of it? I'll tell you about it someday when you're older. There's something secret with it. A secret mechanism. Maybe he installed it as a payback for getting fired. It could be trouble. Now I'm curious. So good. Drink a whole gallon. I've never heard water that tastes good. Maybe I'll give him a minute. Does he plan on gulping an entire reservoir dry? Yes, he does. Excuse me, madam, but is something the matter? I just thought it was some would have bought our hors d'oeuvres by now. But this is a courthouse. It would be quite atypical to provide hors d'oeuvres here. Are you sure? Someone poured me a fresh cup of coffee last time I was here. What the heck does she think a courthouse is for? Mr. Prosecutor, sir. Got a good eye if you can tell that I'm a prosecutor with just one glance. As there are always only prosecutors and defense attorneys in this lobby. So the old lady's a prosecutor, defense attorney. The child is a prosecutor, attorney. I usually hit the mark if I guess one or the other while they're in recess. We were only guessing. Today's trial should have just ended in just 1 minute. Because the defendant was picked up by the security camera, correct? Exactly. The killer had the gall to say that he only killed because he was instructed to do so. Even more outrageous, his claim that the case prosecutor, Byrne Faraday, gave the order. Ha! Faraday is such a fool. Is that face? He's been cornered by his very own prick. Sir, are you an acquaintance of Miss Byrne? He is a pathetic man who speaks of nothing but nonsense. Nonsense? He once tried to explain to me a way of punishing those who cannot be brought to court. Those who cannot be brought to court. That is nonsense for no man is above the law. Well, there are always a few exceptions. However, there is no reason to even deal with such individuals. A prosecutor is the guardian of the court. No one with no obligation to outside matters. Thus, there is no reason to deal with such individuals. I see. Edwards, disgracing yourself as Faraday, he will not be forgiven. Have no fear. I will not let you down, sir. In place of the accused prosecutor Byrne Friday, I'll prove the defendant's guilt. Very good. I've secured an hour of recess for you to prepare to do just that. Show them all the power of Von Karma. I don't even have any evidence. So, have you achieved a firm understanding of the case? Yes, sir. I've memorized everything that is written down on the case files. Then why is there no evidence in my court record? No idea. Let's just move on. Well then, explain the case to me. Understood. A murder was committed on September 8th in front of the Cardofian embassy. The victim was dead man. Dead man. He's dead. He's a dead man. Was a staff member at the embassy. The defendant in this case, Mr. Mackerel. Holy mackerel. Was held for questioning the night of the incident as he was deemed suspicious. He was quickly placed under arrest for possession of the murder weapon, a gun. Furthermore, at the time of the murder, the great thief Yatagarasu had successfully infiltrated the Cardofian embassy as well. At first, Rel claimed that he himself was the Yatagarasu, but that he did not kill Dademan. I wonder what he expected to gain from such a desperate lie. It's possible that he wanted to go down while in the spotlight if he was found guilty. There truly is no limit to people's insanity. But I disagree. But I digress. Continue, Edwards. Yes, sir. During the trial, the prosecution presented the security footage that captured the murder. You can't tell that's him. You can't tell that's him. The footage clearly showed Mr. Well as the murderer. The act of Mr. Well firing the gun could be clearly seen from the visitor's gallery. Upon seeing that, the defendant retracted his statement and admitted to the murder. Upon seeing that, the defendant retracted his statement and admitted to the murder. I did it because I was told to. But the real Yatagarasu, Byrne Faraday. That sounds about right. However, you have forgotten one thing. While this may appear to simply be a murder of Cardofian Embassy's staff member, people are actually referring to it as the second KG8 incident. The second KG8 incident? I'm very sorry, sir. I fear I failed to study hard enough. Well, even amongst the police, the information that is only as to a select few are privy to. Could you please enlighten me, sir? Sir, what do you mean by the second KG8 incident? In order for me to tell you, you must first learn about the original case. Take a look at these documents. This is a 3-year-old newspaper, which takes us back to 10 years prior to the modern day. Good grief. Roving Embassy staff member Manny Kochin found not guilty. Shadow over the Amano group. What's his relation to smuggling? Can I read any of this? Not really. 11 million something. Is there more pages? No. You have heard of the Amano group scandal before, correct? Yes, I have. The secretary of Ernest Amano of the Amano Group's director was arrested under suspicion of smuggling. Correct. Cici Yaw was an employee of the Amano Group and the sole witness to the smuggling operation. It was she who brought the crime to light. However, Miss Yu was silenced before she could testify in court. Wasn't a Codovine Embassy staff member arrested for the murder? Yes! A Codovine by the name of Manny Kochin was a suspect. However, due to a lack of evidence, the case went unresolved. Lack of evidence. Ha! If only I was in charge of that case. I would have done everything in my power to prove his guilt. To make sure that all criminals are found guilty. My mentor really is dedicated. Faraday was the prosecutor on that case then, and he was as pathetic as ever. Mr. Faraday was in charge of the KG-8 incident as well. That's right. And now, once again, the victim of the case you are currently assigned to was someone who was scheduled to testify against that smuggling organization. And just like that time, the victim was murdered right before he was to testify. You're catching on. The victim was murdered just before his day in court against the smuggling organization. Events occurring almost exactly the same way as they did in the KG-8 incident. So that's why it's being called the second KG-8 incident. Yes. Yet there is one difference between the two incidents. What would that be? The so-called noble thief is sending everyone into an uproar. The great thief Yatagarasu. Better find out more. If it's true that the Yatagarasu showed up at the Codovine Embassy, what could he or she have been after? No doubt to steal any suspicious county records and release them publicly. Or more likely to steal secrets of the Codovine Embassy itself. Since the item of the Yatagarasu stole from there was sent to the police. What was it that the Yatagarasu sent to the police? I don't know the details. Anything related to the Yatagarasu is getting top secret treatment. Still, I find it very ironic. By returning the stolen item to the police, it was proof positive that the Yatagarasu had infiltrated the embassy on the same day the staff member was killed. Criminals have a way of incriminating themselves, what did you say? That would have been the first time the Yatagarasu left evidence behind, correct? Yes, indeed. If you wish to learn more about the Yatagarasus, then I suggest you ask Faraday. Mr. Faraday. He happens to be the prosecutor in charge of the Yatagarasu case as well. He's a prosecutor in charge of both KG-8 incident and the Yatagarasu case. Mr. Faraday really has a lot on his plate. Oh my gosh, it's a young K. What is it, little girl?
You're scary, mister.
Did you need something?
I wanted to trade these coins with you.
A fistful of dimes, quarters, and pennies. But it looks like you've exactly $1. Is this what you want?
Thanks, that's exactly what I needed.
Would that child be here to want to try? How disrespectful for a child to be running around like that inside the courthouse. Does no one have respect for this country's judicial system anymore? You didn't have it to begin with, sir, so... Quack.
Paperwork for the prosecution's substitution is complete, sir.
Why you? Do you even know how much time there is left before the trial resumes?
I'm so sorry, sir.
I can have you mopping up this courthouse instead of protecting it in an instant. It's no bother, sir. Not being completely prepared could prove to be a perfect handicap for me. A proud what you are. You had better collect evidence from Faraday and prepare yourself. It's time for your debut, Edwards. What is going on? Why isn't Faraday here? How is it possible that the defense is not prepared yet, either? Bailiff, where is Mr. Faraday?
I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention.
Ah, you must be the one Mr. Von Karma recommended. I hear this will be your first trial. I'm looking forward to seeing how you perform. By the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during recess? I could have sworn I heard a popper going off. Come to think of it, the other day was my grandson. Sir, it looks like the trial is about to resume. However, yes, it will be all but impossible to prove the witness alive without the evidence from Faraday. Where is that blasted buffoon up to?
It's an emergency, sirs.
Silence. There shall be no yelling in the sacred hall of law. Bailiff, remove that man from this courtroom at once.
Please, wait. You have to listen to me. There's an emergency. Front lobby number 2. Mr. Faraday and the defendant.
They're both dead, aren't they?
The two of them. They're both dead.
What? 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 What?
Well then. This is...
Stay back. That guy is tall. No one's allowed in the crime scene. Period. Just who does this oddball think he is?
This is becoming quite the hotspot.
Isn't she Miss Mr. Rel's defense attorney? Hey, you! No running in the hallway, pal. And who are you to tell me what to do? I'll never find out what's going on like this. It's time for some civil discourse. This sofa looks like it's seen its fair share of use. It looks like another part of the courthouse is visible from the room.
Are these ants or something then? What the? What is that ants or is that a hole? Like, what the heck is that?
My eyes have locked onto my reflection. My eyes have locked with my reflection's eyes, the barred window. As a student of Karma, I refuse to back down. I won.
I'm just gonna leave. Bye.
First, I need to get a handle on the situation. Perhaps I should talk to some people. Poster of the judge. There's a long slogan of some sort on it in tiny letters at the bottom. Every stroke of my gavel brings the truth closer to me, and my hair further away.
What? Okay.
Is this a promotional poster for the court or hair growth product? It's a good question. Fire extinguisher. If I were to be hit in the head with this, I suppose the victim would lose a memory or two. But it's not as though I'd ever be so foolish as to be struck by one of these. And totally not Phoenix getting struck with one 7 years from now. Totally not. Or is it 5 years from now? I don't remember. I know timeline-wise this is before Phoenix became an attorney. It's somewhere in that line. Defendant lobby number 1 is through here. The incident took place in lobby number 2 next door. I shouldn't allow myself to be sidetracked like this. I better get a move on.
Now, continuing to be sidetracked, let's get a drink. We're thirsty.
A drink vending machine. Ugh. Now is not the time to be pondering what kind of drink I want.
Courthouse specials, fast food and milk.
Interesting. They're selling court scene food products here. Many of them seem sort of troublesome and suspicious. Objection, I suppose. You there, tell me about.
This is just kind of like
it's like I'm standing behind you.
This is just so weird. Like he's just like Edgar's just standing behind Gumshoe, just like
I am standing here. You are going to tell me everything you know about this case, Gumshoe. And you are...
Who, me? Hey, pal. It's common courtesy to tell someone your name before asking theirs. Sure, common courtesy, but we don't have common courtesy. You tell us your name, and then maybe we'll give you ours.
Point taken. My name is Miles Edwards. I'm a district prosecutor.
Prosecutor? I've never seen a prosecutor as young as you, pal.
I've told you my name. Now, would you mind telling me yours?
Detective Dick Gumshoe. I just recently achieved my dream of becoming a detective. And boy, is my future gonna be crazy, pal. I'm gonna get salary cuts left and right. More of a dream. This is what I was born to do. Wait, maybe I should check and make sure I'm not really in some crazy dream first. Good grief, Gumshoe.
This detective is entirely too excited to be at a murder scene. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling me what you know about the incident?
You know, I don't have to tell you anything, right, pal?
I know that. But it would be behooving of you to fill me in on what you know.
Wow, you're You're a proud one of such a youngster, aren't you? Well, anyway, Detective Bad is the one in charge. You're just gonna have to ask him for all the details, okay? As for me, I was guarding the door to defendant lobby number 2.
So you were on guard detail. Did you notice anything strange while you were on duty?
Well, I got freaked out when I heard a gunshot, and then I kind of froze.
You are a detective, and merely a gunshot scared you that much? Then again, I can hardly claim to not know what it's like to hear one of those at close range.
Then Detective Bad came running to the scene. We went into lobby number 2 together, and both men were laying there dead.
Is that everything?
Yeah, that's it. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle.
Interesting. Other than the gunshot, you didn't hear a sound of commotion. You mentioned that you've only recently become a detective, did you not?
You got it. Got a brand spanking new detective.
So that means you've probably never seen a real prosecutor's badge, right? If you so desire to see one, I might be able to make your day.
You don't have to go through the trouble, pal, because a real man has a police badge. Someday, I'm gonna become an ace detective like Detective Bad. Did I say something wrong, pal?
Forget it, detective.
Something tells me Detective Bad here is going to be the killer. Because, like, if Gumshoe was over here, the vending machines, like, if he was just kind of, like, standing right here, he wouldn't have a view of lobby number 2. So that means he could have come out, gone out the window. Also, what's that? Is there like a red... There's a red pedal right there. What is that red bit right there? That's weird. It's like, so could have gone out this window. You could have gone out this window, run around inside, and then come back.
Do you have a minute?
You know I'm not really into talking to people I don't know. Especially at a time like this.
I apologize for not introducing myself before possible. My name is Miles Edwards. I was to take Mr. Faraday's place in court.
Edwards, huh? Never heard of you. So Faraday's substitute is a newbie, huh?
I'll have you know, madam, that I studied under the Manfred von Karma. This finger wag should tell you everything you need to know. Don't take me for some naive novice.
Don't take me for some naive novice. So you're a student of Von Karma? I should have... Those clothes are a dead giveaway.
Oh my gosh, this girl. Stop right there. These are the garments of ones who gallantly present the facts.
Huh. Thanks for the great laugh. But I'm not trying to... But try not to make me laugh so much, okay?
I wasn't trying to do anything of the sort.
Making someone laugh without trying to laugh, there you go. Just kidding. I was just goofing around. By the way, do you know who I am? My name is Callisto Yu. And if you're telling the truth, then we're about to go head-to-head in court.
But of course, I've heard much about you, Miss Yu.
But of course, I've heard much about you. You're a regular Shakespeare.
Did I say something funny? It's a shame that we will not be able to face each other. It will be it was to be my first trial too.
Oh, was that a declaration of war? How nice it is to be young and carefree. And what a nice, squeaky clean badge you've got yourself there. I'm jealous.
I'm sure its gleam will dull over time with experience.
Are you saying your reputation will also tarnish over time with it?
Oh my goodness. That's not what I meant.
Well, you just can't avoid some things in life.
I'll never allow my badge or my reputation to become tarnished.
Oh, really? Oh, really? You wanna go meet your future self and see how tarnished your reputation gets for a little bit? You wanna do that, Ed, first?
I'd like you to update me on the situation.
I don't really know anything. Why don't you try talking to those detectives over there?
If that's the case, then why are you here? Ugh, what's so funny?
It's just the way you speak is so tactless. The person I was going against in court until only a little while ago was just murdered. It's not like I could go back in the courtroom pretending as though nothing happened.
That's a good point. I apologize for asking such an insensitive question.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Alright, let's talk to the creepo. This creepy detective guy. Excuse me, but who are you?
Detective Tyrell Bad. Homicide.
I was informed of the situation and came as quickly as was possible. So how did you arrive and inspect the body before me?
Faraday requested me to testify in a trial. Plain and simple.
Mr. Faraday requested that you be here. Each prosecutor's badge is engraved with a number of its own owner on the back. As if we're not human on the inside like everyone else.
Does showing that off make you feel like a big, strong prosecutor?
Of course not. I was simply proving my title of prosecutor to you.
I see. But most prosecutors don't go around flaunting those things. It's like a detective walking around outside with his badge flashing in the sun. Show that off too much and before you know it, you'll be elbow deep in angry criminals.
That would definitely be a problem.
That's a little bit of a problem. I've already contacted HQ about the situation. I've got nothing to say to you, kid.
Kid. I'm Mr. Faraday's substitute in today's trial. Therefore, I insist that you update me on the situation. I can't back down here. I have the right to know.
Do I need to teach you a thing or two about how to talk to adults, kid?
Is he threatening me? Is he going for his gun? It's just a mirror. How dare he trick me like that?
Faraday was stabbed to death with some kind of blade. He had a gun in his hand. The other man, Mr. Macrell, was shot and killed. He was found holding a bloody knife in his hand.
Was there anyone else who went into defendant lobby number 2?
Yeah, that big lug over there. His name's Gumshoe. He was in charge of guarding the place. He's claiming that no one else entered the room.
If that's the case, then they must have killed each other, correct?
Maybe.
Such impudence. This guy really is testing my patience. Why was I not informed that you were going to testify in court?
Homicides aren't my only gig. The Yatagaru case is also one of my assignments.
So you were called upon to comment to the Yatagaru's characteristics in order to assess Mr. Faraday if Mr. Faraday really was the Yatagaru who were involved.
Well, looks like you just might have a brain after on that head of yours.
Son, I'm not your son, Pops.
Miss you. There's someone here who wishes to see you. Who is it? Caught off an embassy staff member by the name of Manny Cohen. What?
What's going on?
Is that the same as Manny Cohen or Cochin? Manny Cochin. There he is.
Detective Bottom's you moves just painful in the city. Wait a second. Wasn't Manny Cochin?
I'll be right there.
It's nice to see. It's nice to see you again, Miss You.
Why are you here?
I have no desire to ever see you again. Now. Actually, would you mind stepping outside for a brief chat?
Fine, let's go.
Bad. Von Karma, it's been a long time. I knew you would show up. You usually do when Yatagaru is involved, and I see this case is no exception. Do you know Detective Bad, sir?
Yes,
he's like an old bloodhound that never leaves a crime scene. If only he would get a promotion and move on.
It's a crime scene where a detective is most useful and effective.
It's not like I don't know that. Moving on though, Bad. That man that I just passed by. Was he not the suspect from the KT8 incident? So I was right. What is that man doing wandering around here? That Faraday, I can't believe he let such an easy catch get away. Imbecile. I would have proven his guilt in 3 minutes. Von Karma, I think you've said enough for now. It's in poor taste to speak like that about your papa. Very well. Back on top, I'm placing Edwards in charge of the investigation here.
Objection!
Ah! Papa, how can you place him in charge?
Francisco, what are you doing here?
I'm here for summer vacation. What else?
Francisca von Karma. So she is here on vacation from Germany. She is the daughter of Manfred von Karma, a student of his who's also junior to me.
You're the one who's junior to me, and don't you forget it.
You're not conveniently avoiding the bar exam, are you?
Ha! If you were able to pass it, I'll have absolutely no trouble at all. I'll never allow myself to lose to you. Never.
Why does she always have to be competitive?
Anyway, Papa, are you really assigning Miles Edgeworth to cover this case?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
Well, you know, I'm close to becoming a prosecutor myself. And I am 100% confident that I can do a better job than him.
That's just like Francisca. She has no problem bad-mouthing someone right in front of them. Bad?
Yeah.
These two will be conducting the investigation.
What? You want me to let both these kids on the loose on the crime scene?
Huh. This is a perfect opportunity for them to work on their prosecutorial skills.
A crime scene's not a place for children to be messing around in. Which, that's just Francisca because Miles is an adult at this point.
I'm the one with the authority over the crime scene, Bad. And I will not tolerate complaint.
Edgeworth,
Francisca, I leave the case to the two of you. Understood, sir.
Yes, Papa.
I'll go take care of the paperwork now. Remember, I'll accept nothing but a perfect report from both of you. Do not disappoint me.
Hold up, Von Karma. I still haven't agreed to this. Miles Edgeworth.
It's been quite some time, Francisca.
This will be the perfect chance for us to see which of us is truly worthy of the Von Karma name.
Would it kill you to at least say hello?
Long time no see.
Very good.
Just because you became a prosecutor first doesn't mean you can act all proud. She hasn't changed at all. Miles Edgeworth. As I was saying, we shall see which one of us is worthy of the Von Karma name. For crying out loud, I've been reduced to a babysitter.
Looks like Mr. Von Karma was successful in convincing the detective. That's just like him. He never fails. Now, I'd appreciate it if you would quickly run me through the facts, Detective Bad.
You're better off checking things out on your own.
Very well. Seems like getting help from Detective Bad would be an arduous task.